Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm audible to you. Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir, you are very much audible.
Please use the chat box to reply instead of unmuting your mic. Just say if I'm audible to you, write it in the chat box. Yes, I'm audible to you. Yes, if you able to hear me. Okay, fine. So please use the chat box. Okay. Okay, we'll start the session. Before that, let me just revise what we have discussed in our first day session yesterday. So sorry, there was some power failure yesterday, so I could not log in yesterday in time. So I hope you will forget that and I'll regret that because normally that will not happen. So there was a power cut. Because of that, I could not log in. So today, just some people were logging. So after login, I waited. So I think most of the people have logged in. So we'll start the session. Okay, fine. So before that, let me just revise what we have discussed yesterday. So yesterday uh, I should say, I just went through the what are the topics which we are going to cover through this MCSE course. So I hope you remember that I told MCSE stands for yes, Microsoft. Yes, MCSE stands for what? Microsoft. Yes, anybody remembered? Or shall I repeat? Yesterday we have discussed, no? Yes. Hmm. So you have given the answer, but most of the time, most of the people were correct, but some were written some confusing words. So I said this is the abbreviation. Yes, yes, I you got it. So this is what we have. So Microsoft Certified Solution Expert. Yes. So this course is basically design and domain model. Domain model means centralized administration, where by sitting on one machine, we can able to control and manage all the users and computer. In every company, this model, domain model only will be used. So by sitting on that machine, we can able to control and manage all the users. So just by sitting on any machine, we can do it. No, we have to make one of the machine as a server. So that is called technically here domain controller. So if as an administrator, if you are sitting on a server, which is called domain controller, then you can able to control and manage all the users and computer from that computer. So whether the domain controller, that is server, will become automatically, no. So for that you have to first install a domain service. So I told yesterday the most important topic or the service of this MCC course is ADDS. So how we will make our network centralize a domain model? First we have to install a database, domain service which is called ADDS. So just by installing the ADDS, will it become the server? No. So we will be discussing all these things practically. So I'm just telling you the overview. First, we have to install the ADDS and promote it or configure it as a domain controller. How to do that? We'll be doing practically after a few days. So that we have discussed yesterday. After that, you can able to control and manage all the users and computer by sitting on that PC machine. And I went through the overall what are the topics which we are going to cover through this. Two times I told you. First, through that one page, the course is divided into three parts. First, fundamental things along with the uh, IP addressing, operating system, the types of networking. Then we will discuss the designing. After discussing the designing, we'll make our network as a domain model, second part. So once we make the domain model, everything will be controlled and managed from the domain controller that is called server. So that is what our course will be, our day-to-day routine work. Like I told you, we'll be discussing how to create domain users, group, OU, then controlling the users, uh, and then we will be discussing, we'll be, I said, discussing how to protect the company data and do the sharing of the company data by using permission policy, security level permission and share. level. And the employees data we will protect by applying profile, the local and roaming profile. Then we will be discussing with the OU how we can give some administrative privilege to other users, because users will be working in department. So users are organized according to the department by using OU, and through that we can also give some of the administrative privilege to other user, which is called delegation control. Then we will be discussing group policies. After that, I said we'll be configuring the servers, DSCP, DNS, each server, what it will do. Just a basic idea we discussed. DSCP assign IP address to all client. DNS do the resolution of name into IP, which will be used in accessing the website. Before that, as the administrator, we need to host the website. That will be done with IIS through HTTP and HTTPS protocol. Then I said we will be discussing about the WDS, through which you can deploy the OS through network method. Then we'll be discussing virtualization using Hyper-V. Then the configuration of VPN server. Then last we will be discussing the storage management, how to create partition. On that partition, how to implement the RAID. Then how to take the backup using the Windows Server backup. So this I told you. Along with that, I told you 5 sessions we will have of Active Directory. In first session, we'll be discussing the how to make the DC, that is domain controller, by installing the ADS. Second session, only if you make a DC, if the DC get failed, the entire network will be down. So avoid that. The backup of DC is called ADC. So we'll be discussing in second class the structure of the domain control, the structure of the Active Directory, which consists of domain, tree, and forest. In that, we will be discussing how to create ADC. DC in first class, second class ADC. Then what is domain? What is a tree, child domain, all those things, and forest. Then after that, in third session, we'll be discussing the difference between DC and ADC in terms of roles of Active Directory. Fourth session, how to create a trust between different forest. Fifth session, about the global catalog and sites. So this is the overall content which we are going to cover through this MCSE course. So once you are done with this course, every company uses this model only in every organization. So that's why this knowledge of this MCSE is very, very essential and required for any higher courses, whether it's related with Azure Cloud or you want to work on the DevOps field, anything. So this is completely required. Now, even after doing this course, you can easily cover this. If there is a gap to 2 to 3 years, easily you can cover. And once you are done with this course, you'll be eligible to work like a system admin. So this is overall what we have discussed in yesterday's session. I just repeat it for the benefit of everybody, as well as just to revise it. Then yesterday we discussed some simple thing like networking. I hope you remembered. Network means interconnection of devices. Networking means enabling the communication. For that, two types of connectivity is required: physical and logical. Physical connectivity is provided through media like cable or Wi-Fi. Logical connectivity is provided by using the IP address. So both should be present. If one is missing, it will not communicate. Then if it is more than two devices, we have to connect them through either using hub or switch. So yesterday we discussed the difference between hub and switch. Hub always does broadcasting, switch always uses first time only flooding, second time unicast. So network will be fast. So that is the reason nobody is using now to connect the devices hub. Everybody is using only switch. So if the devices are in different network, in addition to switch, we have to use one more device that is called router when the devices are at different places and different network. So this is what we have discussed in yesterday's session, along with MAC address, which is used to identify the computer, and IP address for communication if physical connectivity is there. So up to this, we have done. I hope it is understood, everybody, up to this. Please respond. Up to this, everybody is okay means we'll move to the next topic. Okay, fine. So today we'll start our session with types of networks. So we are going to discuss in this topic basically 3 types of networks. So how many types of networks we are going to discuss today? 3 types of networks. So those 3 types of networks are, yes, three types of networks. Those are LAN, WAN, and MAN. So LAN means local area network, where all our connected devices in the network will be present at the same location. So in the LAN, all connected, all connected devices will be present. All the connected devices will be present at same location, not different location, same location, same place. So that network is called LAN, metropolitan area network. Now, basically, we are not using this much, but if the connected devices are at different places, connected devices in the MAN, the connected devices at different places, not at same place, but different places within the same city, different places within the same city, maybe at the distance of like roughly 30 kilometers. And that is called MAN. Third one, wide area network. So where here the connected devices will be at different places at any distance. It might be different cities, different countries, or different continent also. So here, this is called WAN, wide area network. So these are the three types of networks we have. So to understand these in a simple way, we can see one small presentation in the next slide. By that, you can understand difference between the LAN, WAN, and MAN. So practically speaking, now we are working only on either LAN or WAN because we are not discussing nowadays, because they used to connect here with the help of the lease line now. Now nobody is using the lease line. So this we are not discussing anyhow. Mostly we are working on this. So before that, let me just give you the idea. So if you are from the Hyderabad, any person is from Hyderabad, you can just by seeing it, you can understand. Here, Banjara Hills means it is the name of the place in Hyderabad. So the people who are from outside Hyderabad, you have to remember Banjara is nothing but a place name, locality name in Hyderabad. So suppose if your company is located at, if your company is located in Banjara Hills, so all your connected devices are at the same building, same place. So this type of connectivity is called as LAN. So all your connected devices are present at the same location. Now, if your company is having branches, so suppose one branch is in Banjara Hills, this is the place, and this is also the place, but different places in Hyderabad only. So this is also in same. This is the place in Hyderabad. So for the benefit of the people who are from outside the Hyderabad, I'm just making sure that you understand it. Just it is not anything, nothing, but it is just a name of the place. Like in your city also, in your place also, some name will be there for the locality of the place. So this is the place in Hyderabad. This is also the place in Hyderabad. So one more place is there in Hyderabad that is called Secunderabad. But both these places are in same city, same Hyderabad. So your branch office is in Secunderabad, head office is in Banjara Hills in Hyderabad. So they used to connect these by using the lease line because earlier the internet rate used to be very high. So they used to have a cable from this office to the within the same city. But if it is two different cities, countries, can we have the lease line? No. So this is a local network here, local network here in same city. Maybe the distance of roughly 30 kilometers or less than 30. So that used to be called MAN. But now suppose some devices in India, some are in your branch office in US, head office in India, example. Now can you connect it through the cable? It is impossible. So how you will connect them? Through the internet. You should have internet connection in the head office also, internet connection in branch office also. So with the help of the internet, they will get connected. So this will be in two different network. So and different places. So can we communicate from this office to that office, like in the MNCs, this will happen. So for that, compulsory you have to use the router. So in the WAN, router is important. Whereas in the LAN, just using the switch, we can connect. But in the WAN, along with the switch, we need another device that is router. This is the difference. I hope you got some clarity about the difference in LAN, WAN, and WAN. Is it okay for everyone? Okay, fine. So now you please tell me, this MCC course is designed on which network? So we are discussing MCSE course. So this MCSE course is designed on LAN, MAN, or WAN. We are going to discuss this MCSE course based on which network? LAN, MAN, or WAN? Yes. If you don't know, also make a guess. Nothing will happen if your answer is wrong. Okay, one of our friend written Shashank Reddy, WAN, Aksha and Zoom. LAN and WAN, very nice. Okay, so let me clear your, let me give the clarity. So please remember, this MCSE course is completely based on LAN only, not LAN and WAN. So MCSE course is completely based on LAN, where all our devices will be present at the same location. So in the MCSE, all the devices which are present will be controlled in MCSE course, all the devices which are present at same location. So all these uh, in MCC course, all devices which are present at the same location are controlled and managed by using operating system. So this MCC course is based on which operating system? Windows. In Windows, Server OS. So once you have done the course, you will be eligible to work like a. So once you are done with the course and got a job to manage your LAN network, local area network, with the help of the Windows operating system or Linux operating system, then your designation will be system administrator. So once you have done with this course, you'll be eligible to work like a system administrator. So system administrator job is what? Using the operating system, you will control and manage all your devices which are present at your location, at your place. Whereas the WAN, here the WAN course is designed for WAN network, we have a CCNA course. So in the CCNA course, all the devices which are present at different location, all the devices are controlled and managed by using router. So here in system administrator job, operating system plays important role, whereas in the CCNA, router plays very important role. So in the MCC course, you will be working on or you will be discussing the operating system. Main focus will be on your OS. Using the OS, you will be able to manage and control all your employees and users which are present at one location. Whereas with the help of the router as an administrator, you will be working on managing the devices which are at different places in different network. Different places, different network. So for that, you have to use or you have to work on router. So a person who uses the router to communicate the devices which are at different places, different network. So then, so here different places and different network also. Important thing, not same network, same different network. So the person who works on the router to manage devices which are at different places and different network, then that person is called network administrator. So that person is called network administrator. So be clear about these two courses. So when you do the CCNA, your job profile makes you to work like a network administrator. So in the LAN, all your devices will be present at same location. And one more thing I should write here, same location and same network. Only single network will work. Same network means single network we will work. Here we will work on different network with the help of the router. So this is the difference. So I hope you got the clarity now. Did you got the clarity, everybody? So once you are done with this course, MCSE, you will be eligible to work like a system administrator. When you know how to work on the router to manage the communication between different devices in different network, so you will be called as network administrator. Okay. Okay, fine. Let us now move to the our focus. So this MCSE course will be focusing on all the devices which are at same network and same place. So we will control them here with the help of the operating system. So our main focus will be on operating system. So which network we are going to work in MCSE course? LAN, local area network. Okay. So our focus will be on local area network. Okay. Now our focus will be on operating system. Which operating system? Windows or Linux? Windows. In Windows, two types of OS, client and server. So this course is designed on server OS, remember. Okay, fine. Just now we have discussed three types of network. So to design any network, whether it is a LAN, WAN or MAN, to design any network, so to design any network, whether it is a LAN, WAN or MAN, we need five things. So to design any network, we need five things. What are those five things? First of all, we need the system. Systems means computers. Without that, network cannot be designed. Then second, we require network connecting device to connect the devices. So to connect the devices, we require network connecting device. Network connecting device to connect the devices. To connect the systems or devices. So the example for the network connecting device is switch. And if they are in different network, you have to use router also. Then third, when you are providing the connectivity, we have two types of connectivity. Physical connectivity. So first you have to connect all the device. So in the connected devices, you have to provide two types of connectivity. When you are connecting, two types of connectivity you have to provide. Physical connectivity. So this physical connectivity can be provided between the devices by using the media. That media can be cable or Wi-Fi. So using this, we can able to provide the physical connectivity. So physical connectivity is enough? No. So we need to also have the, apart from physical connectivity, we need to also have logical connectivity. So yesterday I told you, I hope you remember, logical connectivity is provided by using what? Anybody can write? Logical connectivity is very nice. Yes, the logical connectivity is provided by using the IP address. So these are the four essential things. But apart from that, we need one more essential things. That is, if you want to operate the system or if you want to work on the system, you have the computers, you have connected them. So if you want to operate these systems, then you need on that system what? to operate the system, computer, very nice, Renu. We need the operating system. Without that, the systems cannot operate. So we need operating system. So these codes, MCSE or WAN or LAN, anything to design this network, five essential things. These are the five essential things. Out of that, I hope everybody knows the system. So we are not going to discuss. Everybody knows system means what? Yes, computer, which consists of hardware and the software. Then yesterday we have discussed about difference between hub, switch, and router. So this already already we are aware, and we also know about physical connectivity, cable and Wi-Fi. So already we are aware about these three things. So to design the network, we should know two more things: IP addressing and operating system. So once you are clear about these two things also, so once we know these five things, then we can proceed to the designing of the network. So today we'll start our session with the first with the operating system. If the time is there, we'll do this today or tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow is Sunday, so there will be no session on Sunday. And then we'll do it on the Monday. IP addressing. First, we will focus our today's session on operating system. So now let's say suppose you have purchased today one new laptop. In this laptop, there is no OS. In this new laptop, there is no OS. In this, whether it is a laptop or desktop, can you able to operate this? Can you able to operate this computer? No. So the question is why? Why without operating system we cannot able to operate the computer without OS? Yes, why we are not able to operate the computer without operating system? So for that, in simple words, you can remember operating system is a physical thing or logical thing. At least you tell me that operating system is a physical thing or logical thing.
Logical.
Yes, it's a logical thing. I'll suggest you 1 second. Please use the chat box. Yes, so any operating system, whether it is a Mac, Linux, Unix, Windows, it's a logical thing. Every operating system is a collection of program. So what is the use or purpose of that is, in simple words, let us take one simple example. Let us assume that I know only Hindi language. Example, I know only Hindi language and you know only Telugu language. So can we communicate? Can we communicate? You know Telugu language. I know only Hindi language. So can we able to communicate with each other? No, we can't. Then what is the solution? How you can communicate? So you don't know other than Telugu. I don't know other than Hindi. So can we communicate? No. Yes, Aishwarya is right. We can go for one translator, mediator, who knows Hindi language and Telugu language, your language and mine. So he will able to ensure the communication between us. So same way, computer consists of what? Hardware and the software. Hardware understand only binary language, zeros and ones. Software understand only high level language. So we need a mediator, a translator between the hardware and the software. So who is that mediator and who is the translator? Operating system is the mediator between the hardware and the software. Using that operating system, we means persons can use the or we can use the operating system. By using the operating system, we as a user can operate the computer. So that's why it is called operating system. So using the operating system, we can operate the system, that is computer. So operating system is a program, logical thing. It is a collection of program which acts like a mediator or a translator or a mediator we can use, or interface between the hardware and the software, using which we can operate the computer. So this is the, you can say, the, you can, that's why without operating system, we cannot use the computer, because computer consists of hardware and the software. So computer hardware does not understand other than binary language. Software does not understand other than high level. So we need a mediator between this high level, between this hardware and software. So who is that mediator or interface? Operating system. That's why to operate the computer, we need a interface, and that interface is operating system. So I hope you understood the importance of operating system, why we need the operating system. Without that, why we cannot operate. Is it clear? Yes, please tell me. Is it clear? Okay. So now let us go to the operating system now. One minute, I think it got stuck. One minute. Please wait, just my system got stuck here. So now we will focus on, we'll focus on we will focus on operating system. So we start with the operating system. So operating system, as I told you, is a logical thing. It's a collection of program that acts like a interface between the hardware and the software. Using that, we can operate the computer. So how many types of OS we have in Windows? How many types of operating system we have in Windows? We are discussing according to the Windows. Yes, two types. So how many types of operating system we have in Windows? Two types. What are they? Client operating system and server operating system. So example for client operating system, Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8. After that came the Windows 10. There is no Windows 9 release, remember Windows 10. Then now the latest one is Windows 11. As far the server operating system is concerned, we have 2003. So in which year they are released the server operating system, that name they are giving. In 2003 they released 2003 server OS. In 8, 2008 server operating system. In 12, 2012. In 16, 2016. Then in 19, 2019. Okay. Now in 22 also it is released, 2022. So now, is there any differences there between server OS and client OS, or there is no difference? Difference will be there, or there will be no difference? Yes, yes, difference will be there. So the most important basic difference between server OS and client OS is server OS. Yes, server OS will have more features compared to the client OS. Server OS will have more features compared to the client OS. So basically, server OS is designed to configure the servers. I repeat, server OS will have more features, and it is basically designed to, server OS is basically designed to provide the services. So using the server OS, we can configure the servers, which will provide the services. So generally, the administrator will be sitting on the server OS in the company to provide or to configure the servers, which will provide the services. Whereas the client OS has been designed to use or access the services. So generally, the employees, the normal users will be using the client OS to access the services. So server OS will have more features, client OS will have less feature. So generally, the servers OS are used to configure the servers to provide the services, whereas the client OS is used by the employees to access the services. Server OS required more resources and it will support more resources, whereas client OS required less resources to install and it support less resources. This is the basic difference between server OS and client OS. So this MCSE course is designed on server OS or client OS. So the server OS is designed on server OS or client OS. Yes, server OS. So now this MCSE course is based on domain model. So to make the domain model, we have to use a service called ADDS, Domain Controller Service. So can we configure the domain controller by installing the ADDS in client OS? Will this service will be available in the client OS? ADDS service? ADDS service will be available in Windows 10 or 11 or 8 or 7. Say yes or no. No, it won't be there. So can we use the client OS to configure the servers? Can we control and manage all our employees, users? No. So yes, it will be available only in the server OS. So this course is based on server OS. So we are going to discuss this course using the 2012 R2, which is a very good OS service plan. So which is a very good OS by which you can work on 8, 12, 16 and 19 also. So like if you're talking about mobile, similar to these versions. So whenever you have some old version, so you purchase a new version. So whatever old feature, whatever features were there in your old mobile, same feature will be there in the new mobile also. Yes. When you purchase a new version, will you get everything new? No. All the previous things will be there. Just few things they will add. Only few new features, very new features. Only some few new features will be added with every version. So here also exactly same thing. So when you use the 16 and 19, it will be totally different. No, everything will be same. Only few things will be added. So here also in 19 and 16, if you compare 12, they will work exactly same way. Only some features related with uh, cloud they have added, like app lockers, some extra securities for the cloud they have added in 19. As per our premises level, everything is same. So if you use 12 or 16 or 19, the practicals, how we are going to do, it will be exactly same. Okay. So I'll provide you the link for 2012 and 16. So you can just download 16 or 12 as per your requirement or as per your wish. And when you do the practical, it will be exactly same steps, same everything. Okay. In the companies, most of the servers are working on 12 and 16. Okay, so now our focus will be first on server OS because this course is designed on server OS. So the first server OS in Windows was released in 1993. Before that, client operating system was officially released, I think in 1984 or 85. Then the server OS was released with the name Windows NT version 3.1, released in 1993. Here, NT stands for new technology. So not network, it is new technology. 3.1 was released in 1993. Then in 1994, they released Windows NT 3.5 version. Then in 1996, they released Windows NT 4.0 version. Then in 2000, they released Windows NT 5.0. Then after 2000, what they have decided, in which year they are releasing their OS, that name they are giving. Now from 2003 onwards, they are not continuing the name NT. Now 2003, they released their server OS, which is called 2003 server OS. In 2008, they released, which is called Windows 2008 server OS. In which year they are released, that they have given the name after 2000, which is started from 2003. So in 2003, they released 2003 server OS. In 2008, they released 2008 server OS. In 2012, they released 2012 server operating system. Then in 16, they released Windows Server Operating System 2016, which was released in 16. Then in 19, they released Windows Server 2019. Now 22 also is released, but only just now. So it will take some time for upgrade, all those things, patching, many things will be there. So we will be working based on this. So what practical we are going to do now, it will support this, all these four flavors. Now we will focus now on the server operating system because in the companies, as an administrator, we need to provide the services, we need to control them. So that can be done by using the server OS. So in the real time, these servers will be configured on our normal desktop machines or different machines will be there to configure the servers. I repeat my question. In the companies, the servers will be provided or servers need to be configured. So the servers will be configured by using the server operating system. So the server operating system will be installed to make the servers on our normal desktop machines or separate machines will be there for servers in company. Yes. Same, our desktop machines will be used like a servers in company or separate machines will be there. Yeah, separate machines will be there. So those machines which will be used in the companies as a server, they are called as a hardware servers. So the machines which will be used in the companies to configure or to work like a servers, those machines are not ordinary desktop machines because the servers need to work 24 by 7 and they need to provide services to so many clients and users. So this our normal desktop will not support. So we will have separate types of machine which are called hardware servers. So in the market, three different types of hardware servers are available, which are manufactured by different companies like HP hardware servers are there, IBM IB servers are there, Dell hardware servers are there in three categories: tower server, blade, and rack server. Tower server is suitable for small companies. So these tower servers are suitable for a small network or a small company. And for medium-sized company, these blade servers are designed. Medium-sized company, they prefer to have blade server. And for big network or big size company, like data center companies, uh, we will have rack servers. So the difference between the hardware servers and our ordinary desktop machine is hardware. So normally, when you purchase your laptop or desktop, when you say to your friend or when you go to the shopkeeper and ask, show me laptop or desktop, immediately will ask three things, or immediately will ask one thing, configuration. What is the configuration you are looking for? So the speed or the performance of your machine depends on three factors. I repeat, the performance of your machine, whether it is a desktop or laptop, depends on three things. That is called as configuration. First of all, RAM, processor, and hard disk, type of hard disk. Yes, agree to all of you agree with this? So the speed or performance of the machine depends on three factors: processor, main, next RAM, and then type of hard disk, like SATA hard disk. Compared to SATA hard disk, now SSD hard disk are coming in market, which will work faster. So normally in our desktop or laptop, we will have one processor, maybe i3, i5, like that. Generations are there, no, 7, i7. So we'll have one processor, one RAM. There may be a slot for multiple RAM, but normally we'll have in one machine, one processor, one RAM, one hard disk. But in these hardware servers, in one single machines, we will have multiple processor, multiple RAM, and multiple hard disk in single machine. That is the difference between hardware machines, hardware servers, and physical or our desktop machines. So in a single machine, we will have multiple RAMs, multiple processor, multiple hard disk. And these hardware servers are available like a tower server, blade server, and rack servers. So tower server will have less hardware resources like hard disk, processor, and RAM compared to blade and rack server. Blade server will have more hardware resources like more hard disk, more number of RAM, more number of processor compared to tower server, but less compared to rack server. So rack server will have more processor, more RAM, more hard disk compared to blade and tower server. And why everybody can't go for the rack server? So, so that depends on the money factor, because the cost of these servers will be not in thousands, it will be in lakhs. Even if you purchase one small tower server, it will be about 2 to 3 lakhs, 10 lakhs, like that. If you go for some high end like blade server, 30, 40 lakhs for rack servers. So you want more higher features like our mobile or our laptop. The more higher you go, higher end, more costly it will be. So cost factor is very important. So depending upon our requirement and we have to see our budget and financial position, everything. Based on that, we have to go for this. So tower server, blade server, and rack server. These are the three types of hardware servers available in the market for three types of three different size of companies. Like companies might be small, medium, and big. Like this, three types of servers are available in the market. So in these hardware servers, we will be installing server OS only or client OS. Which OS you will be installing? So without OS, this also cannot work. Same concept. So in these hardware servers, we will install server OS or client OS. Yes, only server OS. Client OS will not support the huge hardware. So in these hardware servers, RAM will be not in GB, RAM will be in TB. Okay. Now, if you go with the 2008 operating system, they released the 2008 because 2003 is nobody's using. So in 2008, the Microsoft company released their server OS in three editions: Standard, Enterprise, and Data Center edition. So Standard edition was they introduced for small industries where they can have maximum 75 users. Above 75 users, they have to go for Enterprise edition. Then they may be in hundreds supporting. So if it is above the in hundreds, like above 800 to 1000, they have to go for the data center, unlimited. So based on the size of our employees network, they have to go. But the license key will be different. Standard edition used to be a little bit lesser in amount compared to enterprise and data center. Data center will be having more charge compared to enterprise and standard edition. Then in 2012, they released four editions with the name Foundation Edition, Essential Edition, Standard, and Data Center. In 2012, the Microsoft company released their server OS in four editions or four categories: Foundation Edition, Essential Edition, Standard, and Data Center. What is the difference? We'll see now here. Foundation Edition. So it is not for license key, not for general public. It is available only for OEM. OEM means original equipment manufacturer. So the companies who are supporting the product of the Microsoft or who are supporting the Microsoft product, so to those companies, they given this OS free of cost. So as a business practice, they design this OS, Foundation Edition, and they have given this OS only to the companies who are promoting the business or the product of the Microsoft. To those companies, they have given this OS Foundation Edition free of cost. And it is not available for general public. But here they have not kept all the features. So in this, how many user account you can create? 15, not more than that. And no virtualization support. You cannot do any virtualization, no Hyper-V, no virtualization support. So it is only for a business practice. They introduced for the companies. They're given this OS free of cost to the companies who are promoting the Microsoft product. Then Essential Edition. They introduced it for a small, like to look after the people who are doing a small business, like schools, colleges, medical shop, kirana shop, supermarket, where 25 users might be enough. So here we can create how many users? Only 25 users. No virtualization here also. So this they have designed, but license fee is very less for this edition. And the third edition is full features. No limit. You can create in this unlimited user account. No limit, unlimited user account you can create. And with virtualization. But here, how many virtual machine you can create? Two virtual machine. Data center edition. So whatever features you have in standard edition, same features, but only one difference. Here, there is two virtual machines we can create by using the standard edition hypervisor. Here, we can, using the hypervisor, we can create unlimited virtual instances, means machine. Unlimited user account here also. How many user account you want to create, you can create. There is no limit. So mostly this is used in our enterprise companies and the data center. Those charges will be very high for this. This will be higher than this. So, but whatever feature you have in a standard edition, same features is there in data center, or whatever features you have in data center, same will be there in standard edition. So for us, we'll be discussing the standard edition, okay, which is available even as a trial version and a crack version with full features of Windows Server operating system. Okay, so are you following up to now? Okay, so now we will see how to install this, how to install this OS. Okay, so don't install this server OS directly on your physical machine. So how to install? So I'll give you the VMware, a link. You download the VMware, install the VMware. After installing the VMware, you create a virtual machine through the VMware and then install on the virtual machine the server OS. I'll show you that how to create a virtual machine and install the OS. I'll show you. But just what you have to do, you have to install the VMware. How to install the VMware, you may be knowing. I'll provide you the link, download it, double click next, install, give the key, restart. One icon will appear, which I already done. And then I'll also give the server OS link from where you have to download. You download. So before I start tomorrow's session, you download the you download the VMware and also the ISO image of the server OS. Today, I'll show you how to create a virtual machine. So using this knowledge, by tomorrow before I start the session, you should be able to download and install the OS. So remember, first 2 3 days in MCSE, the practical will be very short and simple. By saying that, don't assume so small, so short practicals. No, our actual practicals will start when we make our machine, our network as a domain model. Maybe that is from 4th day. So then you will have every day multiple lengthy practicals. Remember my words. So first today, uh, like after 1 or 2 days, I'll be getting the official list. So the ISO image officially, I think 19 is available, 22 released, but it is there or not, I don't know. But you can get same features on 12 and 16. So I'll be giving you the link to download the 12 and 16. You can download any one of them. I'll provide you the link. So I'll be getting the official list after 1 or 2 days who has made the payment and joined for the course. Maybe already some people might have made the payment, but we have to wait for official list. So once I get the official list, I'll be sending you this file. I have made this one notepad file. In that, I kept all the practical steps from first day to last day. So using these practical steps, you can do the practicals very easily. Apart from that, on Monday, I'll be sharing my WhatsApp number and mail ID so that once you ping to my mail ID or WhatsApp, I'll send you this file. And when you do the practical, if you get any problem, any doubt, you take a screenshot and send to my WhatsApp number. As I'll be taking multiple batches with the support. So if I'm busy with other batch or support, I may not reply immediately, but as soon as I'm free, I'll reply to you. So on Monday, I'll give you my WhatsApp number and the mail ID. Okay. So in this, all the practical steps from first day to last day is written along with the link. So first I'll give you the 2000. So first I'll give the VMware. So some people, what they are doing, I've written the heading. Some people, they are copying this complete thing and pasting it in the URL and they are saying, sir, link is not working. So please remember, you should never copy the heading. You have to copy from HTTPS. So you copy this complete link, don't copy the key. You copy this link and paste it in the URL, then download the VMware. So I'm providing you the 2016 VMware. So I'll give you one by one so that you will not get confused. So don't copy the heading. For your understanding purpose, I have written for operating system or for VMware like that. So don't copy this, copy this blue link only. So you copy and paste it in some notepad or wordpad. For the time being, Monday or Tuesday, I'll give you this file. Then I'm providing you the link also, sorry, the key also for VMware 16. Now I'm giving you also the link. This is for the VMware. So first you download the VMware, double click on the VMware, next, next, next. Then give the key and restart the machine. One icon will appear on the desktop like here. I already installed. So it will appear like this. Then second thing what you have to do is, I am giving you the operating system link also. 2012 and 16, both link I am giving you. So first I'm giving you the operating system 2012 R2. So in the Google Drive, I kept this. One of the one of the student has kept this, and he is giving me the link. He kept this operating system in the Google Drive, and access is given. So either you download this 2012 R2, which is a very good OS, or you can also do the 16. I'm providing you 16 also. I'm giving everything with heading so that you'll not get confused. Now for 16, you just download this. You can start downloading by using this link, which I'm going to give now. It will not ask anything. Start downloading. So better you download the 16. So after downloading the ISMS 2016, some people, they are compressing it or so don't do anything. Don't compress it or don't extract it. Just to download it, keep as it is. So these two things you have to keep ready. First, download the VMware. Just simply downloading the VMware will not work. First, download the VMware. Double click on the VMware. I'm repeating it multiple times. Next, next, next. Install it. After installing, restart the machine by giving the key. Then once it is completed, you also download the operating system ISO image of the server OS. The link I have given to you. Two links I have given. 2012 R2 and 16. Any one you download. Now once it is ready, like your VMware is ready and your ISO image is downloaded, then you can start the practical. So please, because some people, what they have done when I given the ISO image, directly they install on their physical machine. After that, they are saying, sir, I downloaded, now my client OS is gone, my data is gone. So don't do that. Okay. So first you have to download. I'm repeating multiple times. You might be getting irritation, but to make sure that nobody download the 2012 or 16 directly on physical machine, I'm repeating. So first you download the VMware, install it, and also download the 2012 or 16 server OS. Once these two things are ready, how to do the practical, I'm showing you. So can I begin the practical? This will be our first practical. So first we need to create virtual machine. First we have to create virtual machine using the VMware workstation. So first create one virtual machine. in that virtual machine, you install the 2016 or 12 OS, whichever you want to use it. Both will work exactly same. Okay. So I'm showing you after you download and install the VMware, using the VMware, first to create a virtual machine. How to create, I'm showing you. Double click on your VMware to create a virtual machine. So it will show like this. So it will show like this window. So click on first option, create a new virtual machine. Then this window will come. By default, which one is selected? Typical. So you also go with typical. So go with the typical next. So then next to select the third option. I will install the operating system later. So don't do the practical along with me. First see the session. If possible, keep your one paper or notebook, whichever point you feel important for you. Just running notes you write. What is the advantage with the online session? You will be getting the exact same session recording. You can play that any number of times. When you do the practical, you see the recording, you have the practical step file also, you can easily do it. Okay. Then select here, I will install the operating system. So you'll be, I think yesterday you got the link, yes? Maybe yesterday or today, yesterday session link. You click on that link and download every day's videos. Because that link will be available for few days. But once you download that video, it will be there with you forever. Okay, so go to the, I will install the operating system. Then go to the next. Here, by default, Windows will be selected. So here, which OS is there? Windows 10 client OS, but we want to work on server. So if you have downloaded 16, you go with 16. If you have downloaded 12 R2, you go with that. Next. You can give some name here, or after installing also you can change. Now I kept a empty E drive, so I'll be creating my all server OS on E drive. If you want to do it on C drive also, you can do. I'm doing it in a E drive. So go to your E drive. Then in the E drive, I'm making one folder. I'm making one folder with the name. One folder I made. Next. So default it is taking 60 GB. You can use 30 to 40 GB because in my hard disk the size is less, minimum not less than 25 you have to take. So I'm taking least value. You take 30 or 40 GB. 60 is unnecessary wastage. So minimum 30 to 40 GB. Then select here virtual store file as a single. Next. So I repeat once again what we have done till now to create a virtual machine. First double click on VMware. Click on new virtual machine. This window will come, typical. Next, I will install the operating system next. I went to the Windows. Here I selected which OS I have downloaded that. 16 or 12, you select. Next, where you want to create, you go there. Then give the size. Select here, store the virtual disk as a single file. Next. Before finish, you click on customize hardware. So you are going to do the installation through ISMS. So go to the CD. Under the CD DVD, you have the option of ISMH file. So select here. Under the connection, select the second option. Use the ISMH file. If you don't do this, your OS installation never will be done. Then browse. Here only most of the people are doing mistakes. So I downloaded this, then copied it in D drive. So this is my OS, ISMH 2000 server operating system. I kept there and given the path. So you also have to do same thing. Before finish, go to the customize hardware, go to the CD DVD, then under that select the ISO image, browse. If you are downloaded, it might be there in download. You go there. Or if you copy it into some location, you can copy and select it and say open. It should appear here. Okay, close, finish. So this is how you can create a virtual machine. By mistake, if you have forgotten to give the path, you click on finish. You can go here, edit. From here also you can give the path. Go to CD DVD, use ISO image, browse, select where it is there, then say open. This is the last chance. Okay, now you can power on. So till now, whatever I have shown you, it's not the installation of the server OS. It is the creation of the virtual machine. We are doing everything on the virtual machine because without disturbing your laptop. So you might be doing some other course. So on a single laptop, you can do many things using the VMware without disturbing your physical OS. So if any problem occurs here, it will occur here, not on physical machine. And you can create multiple virtual machine using the VMware. Because to do this course, minimum 2 machines are required. If you don't do this, you have to use 2 laptops. In one practical VPN, you need then 3 laptops. So if you use the VMware in one laptop, you can do everything without disturbing your existing data. So use the VMware. I hope everybody got the clarity. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So if it is clear, I'll show you how to install the OS, server operating system, Windows Server operating system. So up to now, we have not done installation. Up to now, we have created the virtual machine for the server OS, Windows Server operating system. So once it is ready, now we can proceed with the installation. Now I'm showing you the installation. For installation, click on power on. Now some people are asking, like I'm having VirtualBox, can I use? I'll prefer you use VMware because it is easy to work and more options will be there. So for the people who are using Mac, VMware will not support. For Mac, there are some Fusion, the NFS Fusion, some is there. So you can go to the Google and check it. Okay. Now click on power on to proceed with the installation. Now to make your size full, here this icon is there. If you just keep here the cursor, it will show enter full screen mode. Click here. Now the installation is starting. So first thing it will ask is the language, what language you want to use to proceed with the installation. So I'm using English default. If you want to change, you can change it, or if you are comfortable with this language, go with it. Next. Now click on, after the language selection, click on install now. So it's very easy installation. I hope you will not get any problem. So first, power on, you will get the option language, select it, then install now. Now here you have to be careful. Some people, they will have the habit in Windows without reading, just next they'll do. So here some people, what they are doing here, first option is server code. So they are clicking on next and doing the installation. After the installation is completed, you will get only the text mode, only black screen. And we are habituated working with a graphical mode. So you'll not get the graphical mode. So when you click install now, you have 4 options. 2 data center option and 2 standard edition. We are working on standard edition. Data center is not available. So we have to go to standard edition. In the standard edition, again, there are 2 options. Server core means it will work only in text mode. So server with GUI means we can able to work in graphical mode. So which option you need to select? Tell me, first or second? Which option you will prefer? Yes, second option, server with the GUI. So before you go with the next, see the options. Read it, select it, and then go with the next. Please remember this. Next. Then here compulsory you have to accept the license. Without that, you cannot proceed. Accept, next. Now here also you have to be careful. So by default here, first option is highlighting is upgrade. So if you have installed the OS and you are upgrade to the time for our requirement, then go to the second option. So first we have to be careful where server with GUI. Next here, custom. Select here custom. Don't go with the first option upgrade. Select here custom. Now whatever size you allocated on that, we can install the OS. Just click on next. Now in my case, I'm having SSD hard disk, so it will work little bit faster. So once it is become 100%, the system will automatically restart, and one user during this process will be created. That user is called administrator. So in Windows, for extra security, the the password is enabled with complexity. So your password should be have minimum 7 character. In that 7 character, it should have the combination of alphabet, number, and special character. So all three things should be there. So I will suggest you write the password as your name at the rate 123, because you may not forget your name. Because if you forget the administrator password, it is very difficult to again reset it. You required ISO image, all those things. It's a very complicated process. So better while installing the OS, when it asks the administrator password, which will ask now after 100%, I'll show you. So I'm just suggesting you give your name at the rate 123 as a password. You write somewhere in your mobile. Now everybody just uses only mobile, nobody using notebook. So you write administrator password for my server OS, so and so, in some note in your phone. If you forget also, you see there. Okay, 7 character minimum. You can give more than 7, but you cannot use less than 7. So in my case, I'm more comfortable with our company name Zoom. So regularly I'm giving Zoom at the rate or underscore 123. So which I'm able to remember easily. So same password I'm continuing for all my batches. So that's what I'm suggesting which name you remember easily. I think your name only. So better you write that at the rate or 123. And still, as a safe measure, you write it in your phone, your administrator password, what you have given. Okay. So just please wait for few seconds, maybe few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. Don't write, sir, voice is not coming. Just wait for 8 minutes. Once it is reboot, we will continue. See, now it's completed 100%, so automatically it will restart. We have to just wait. Now here, installation is completed. So default one account is created with the name administrator. Now we need to assign the password. So here I'm giving the password which I can able to remember easily. It should be a combination of alphabet, number, and special character. So I'm using underscore. Okay, same, confirm it. Finish. Installation is completed. So how to log in here? That we will see in next class, that is on Monday. So once the installation is completed, you want to power off, you click on the cross mark here, power off. So whenever you again you want to practice, just click on your OS and power on. It will be so simple and so easy without affecting your data, your physical OS, without disturbing everything. You can do this course using the VMware. Okay, I hope you got the clarity up to this. Yes, any doubt, any confusion, please tell me. Yes, tell me, up to this, have you understood or any doubt? Okay, it's clear? Okay, so shall I go to the next topic then? The next topic is logical connectivity. So the logical connectivity is provided by using what? So the logical connectivity is provided by using what? IP address. Yes, we will be discussing now the IP address. So we'll start with the IP addressing. So IP address is called as Internet Protocol. So as I told you, we are going to work in the MCSE on single network, and all our devices will be at same place. So for us, IP version 4 is enough. In CCNA course, we are discussing the IP version 6. So IP stands for Internet Protocol. So here in IP, here there are two types of versions in IP addressing. We have two types of versions. We have two types of versions in the IP. What are they? Yes, IP version 4 and IP version 6. So the difference between these two versions is in the address bit. IP version 4 is designed using the 32-bit address, whereas the IP version 6 is designed using the 128-bit. So here, how many IPs we can have in IP version 4? So for that, the formula or the logic is 2 to the power of 32 minus 2. Why minus 2? We cannot use two IPs. Why? The first IP and last IP, because first IP is for network ID, last IP is for broadcast IP. Okay? Yes, very nice, Srinu. So we are not going to discuss about the, okay? So we are not going to discuss about IP version 6. That will be discussed in CCNA course. Yes. So our focus will be in IP addressing on IP version 4. So in that we can have about 4.3 billion IPs, like starting with 2 into 2 into 2, 32 times, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 32, 64, like that. 4.3. In that two IPs you cannot use, first and last. First type is for network, last type is broadcast. So we will be focusing only on IP version 4. So in the IP version 4, to make the IP addressing remember easily what the ISP has done, so they converted the IP version 4, these 32 bits, they converted into 4 octet first. So each octet contain 8 bits. To make it simple, they divided these 32 bits into 4 octet. Octet means 8 bits. So each octet contain how many bits? 8 bits. Bits means either 0 or 1s, where one bit means either 0 or 1. So this is the logic you have to remember. So if it is supposed all all 0 bit means all 0 bit means all 0 bit octet means all 0 bit octet means how much? 0 0. If you understand one octet, you will understand other. So it will be 0. 0 into anything is 0. If it is all 1 bit octet means, if it is all 1 octet bit means, what will be the answer? Yes. Aishwarya, very nice. 255. Everybody knows why it is 255. I'll go to the next point. If anybody don't know, please tell me. So if you don't know, please tell me. I'll show you how it will become all ones 255. If anybody wants, I'll explain. Otherwise, everybody knows. You don't know? Okay. You see then, Akif. This you know. These are called binary number. So how do you convert the binary number into decimal number? How do you convert the decimal number to binary? So you might have discussed in your school days. Now you might become uh, maybe after school days, you might have forgotten. So don't worry, I'll show you. Just a moment. Just a moment. So here it will be something like this. So it is a binary number. So how we can convert that binary number into decimal? So we have to use this 2 to the power of 0, right to left, not left to right. I think when I do, you may remember your school days and you are able to recollect, because this we will do a lot of time in our school days, especially from primary class to the high level class. So now 2 to the power of 0 is 1, not 0, remember. 2 to the power of 1 means 2 into 1 into 2. So it is 2. 2 to the power of 2 means 2 into 2, 2 times. 2 into 2, how much? 4. Yes. 2 to the power of 3 means 2 into 2 into 2, 3 times. So it will become 8. Now 2 to the 8, not 6. Into it is, not plus. So now it will become 8 into 2, 16. 2, 2 into 2, 4 times. So already here it done. So I took here. Now 2 to the power of 5 means 32. 2 to the power of 6 means 64. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Okay. So now here it will be something like this. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So if you add all this using the mobile, you add it, and how much it will become, you tell me. Okay, is it now? Did you understood everybody? Did you understood everyone? Okay. So now this is for one octet. So how many octet will be there in IP version 4? In IP version 4, how many octet will be there? 4 octet. 8. Each octet contain 8 bit. 8 4s are 32. So this 8 octet range will be like this. 0 dot 0 dot 0. Sorry, 4 octet range will be 0 dot 0 dot 2. This is the maximum. So in between that, how many combination of IP? 4.3 billion IP. So this is the range. So in this, the first type is 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 is the network ID. And this is your broadcast ID. This is your broadcast ID. And this is your network ID, first IP. The first valid IP will be 0 dot 0 dot 1 like this. Then second IP 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 2 up to 255. Then next IP 0 dot 0 dot 1 dot 1 like this combination up to 4.3 billion. Okay. So I hope you are getting it. Yes. Okay. Okay. So if you understood up to this, I'll move to the next slide. Shall we go to the next slide? Okay, fine. So now here, to make it further simple, this 4 octet. No, so 0 to 255 directly won't become. First is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 255 we can use. Are you understanding? I may not able to pronounce your name properly. Vinancy. Sorry if I'm not able to pronounce your name properly. Did you understood? From 0 to 255 directly won't become. You have the option. You can give 1, 2, 3, 400, 200, up to 255 last, not more than that. Is it clear? If you tell me. Otherwise, if you have doubt, you please tell me.
Okay, sir, I understood.
Okay, fine. So to make it simple, we divided this 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 to 255 octet into 5 classes. So to make it more simple, octet is divided into classes. So this, how many classes? 5 classes. What are they? Class A, Class B, Class C, which is used in LAN and WAN. Class D is used for multicasting, and defense E is used for research and development. So Class D is used for multicasting as well as in the defense sectors. Now, how to remember the range? I will tell you one small logic. Using that logic, you please try to remember. I'll show you how to remember the range. So now how to remember the class A range? So you remember the range, class range is what? 0 to 255 bits. So 0 to 255 bits means it will become how many? 0 is also a bits. So it will become total 256. Suppose if it is like this, how many bits means it is 0, 1 means how many bits here? 2 bits. So 0 is also a number. So 0 to 255 means total how many bits? 255 bits are the total bits. So if you divide 256 by 2, what is the answer? 128. So this you have to remember. The class A range, class A address range is 128. 256 by 2, 128. So 0 is also there. So if the first octet is between, if the first octet, 4 octets are there, octet is separated by dot. So if the first octet, you have to see only first octet. If the first octet is between 0 to 127. So 128 means 0 is also included. So 0 to 127. So 0 to 127, first octet. So when the first octet IP is between 0 to 127, don't see the rest of the octet, only see the first octet. So if the first octet if the first octet is between 0 to 127, that IP belong to class A. Then how to remember class B? Now divide 122 by 2. So what will be the answer? 64. So now class B range will be 64. So it will start from 128 to 191, first octet. Don't see the other octet, only first octet. Then if you divide 62 by 2, you will get 32. So the class C will be of 32. So between this gap, how much the gap here? 128, the gap here to here. And the gap from here to here is 128. So here also first octet you have to see. 192. Here it is ending where? 127. So it will start from here. 192 to 223. First octet. You have to see only first octet. I hope you are following. Yes. Remember the logic. That's it. Divide by 2. Yes. So here the number is ending here 223. So next number will be 224 to 239. So whenever the first IP is between 224 to 239, like this you have to remember. And the E is also 16, not further divided into 8. So it will be ending here. So between this gap, how much? 16. Between this gap, 16 here. Here, 16. Here, 32. I hope you are following. Yes, are you understanding this logic? Okay, so can I move to the next slide? Can I move to the next slide? So to make it further simple, this we have to remember only class A, class B, class C, because these are used in LAN and WAN. D is used in research and D is used in multicasting and defense. E in research and development. So there's a class A, class B, and class C is further divided or it is given in the form of network and host portion to make it more simple and easy. So here class A contain, it is standard, it is fixed. It is not our wish, it is done by the ISP. So class A means one means it will contain one network only. So here network portion shows the IP belong to which class. So here network portion shows the class, host portion shows the IP. You have to remember. So network portion shows the IP belong to which network portion shows the IP belong to which class, and host portion shows the IP belong the IP address of the device. So A means one. Like this, you can remember. A means one. One means one network. Three hosts. So 4 octet, no. So one network means remaining three will be host. B means what? Two. Two network, two host. C means three network, one host. Four are there total. So three network means remaining one will be host. Are you following? So we can know by seeing the first octet only, the IP belong to which class. We can see the first octet. Here I told you, you see always the first octet. If the first octet is, if the first octet is between 0 to 127, it is a class A. If the first octet is 128 to 191, class B. If the first octet is 192 to 223, class C. If the first octet is 224 to 239, class D IP. If the first octet is 242 to 255, class C IP. So class A is given by one network, three host. Class B, two network, two host. Class C, three network, one host. So we can understand by seeing the first octet, but the operating system understand it with the help of the subnet mask. So class A is used for small network. How many IPs we can use? Sorry, class A is used for large network. Class B for medium. Class C for small networks. How many IPs we can give? Here, one host. Host will give the IP. So 254. So if you are having more than 254, you have to go for class B. If they are in thousands, class A. So we can understand the IP by seeing the first octet, but operating system understand with the help of the subnet mask. So class A network, one network. So all network bits are one means it will become 255. So all 8 bits are 1, 1, 1, 1. All these are zeros. So 0, 0. So for subnet mask, all network bit will be 1, all host bit will be 0. So all network portion will be 1, all host portion will be 0 for subnet mask calculation. So for class A means 1, 255 only one time. Class B means 2, 255 two times. Class C, three times, 255. So I repeat, Vinay, please see here. A means one network, three host. So network means it shows the IP belong to which class. Suppose uh, we'll see the examples on Monday. If I tell you now, you will get confused. You remember this? On Monday, we will discuss because time is almost over. Okay. I'll show you with examples. You remember this much. Class A contain class A contain one network, three hosts. A means one. B means two network, two host. C means three networks, one host. So host portion shows the IP. Network portion shows the IP belong to which class. So we can understand it by seeing the first octet, but operating system understand it by seeing the subnet mask. So for subnet mask, all network portion will be 1, all host portion will be 0. So class A means 1. So 1 time 255. Class B means 255 two times. Class C means 3 times 255. Okay, clear? Okay. So now to make it more like this, they divided further this into private and public IP. Last slide, then we'll stop the session. So the class A range is, we have to remember only three things, A, B, C. So actual range for class A is 0 to 127. So from 0 to 127, all IPs are public except 10 dot. Except 10 dot, all IPs are public. What is public IP? Private IP means it is free and it is used in our local area network, privately. Uh, Whereas the public IP, it's not free. You have to purchase it. Public IP is not free. We have to purchase it. Purchase it from ISP. And the internet works on public IP. Internet works only on public IP. So how to know public and private IP? So class A range is 0 to 127. In that all IPs are public except 10 dot. Class B range is 128 to 191. So in these all IPs, so they kept for private, no? So everything if you are purchasing, then in the LAN network, what is free? So they have to keep some free. So in your private network, you can use 10 dot. So this you can use in your private network free of cost. Okay, Akib, you are understanding. So in class B, they kept this IP free and remaining are public, which you have to purchase. In class C, only one IP they have kept in private, free, and rest of them you have to purchase because private networks are less, public networks are more. So except other IP, all IPs are public IP. Public IP you have to purchase. So in private IP, if your network is small, you can go for class C. For medium size network, private network, 172 IP. For large network, private, 10 dot. For rest of the other public IP, you have to purchase it. Internet works on public IP. Okay. So with this, we are done with today's session. So there will be no session tomorrow. We'll continue on Monday. So that's it for today. Thank you, everybody. See you on Monday. So if anybody have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll close the session. Yes, any doubts, anybody? Okay, same to you. Happy weekend to all of you. Yes. So is there any question, any doubt, or can I close the session? Okay, I'm closing the session. See you on Monday. Thank you, everybody.